Anniversaries were important to me, not because I was overly sentimental, but because they marked survival through storms. My girlfriend, Emma, and I had been together for 3 years. We'd weathered long-distance phases, family disagreements, and even financial struggles when I lost my job. Through all of that, I believed anniversaries were reminders of why we kept fighting for us. That morning, I woke up earlier than usual. I cooked Emma's favorite breakfast, pancakes with strawberries and a side of whipped cream. I even bought her a silver bracelet she once admired in a store window but never bought for herself. Everything was ready for when she'd walk into the kitchen. Except she didn't. At 9:30 a.m., Emma strolled in wearing jeans, a casual top, and way too much perfume for a lazy Sunday. She was scrolling through her phone and humming some song under her breath. "Happy anniversary," I said, smiling, holding out a plate of pancakes like it was a peace offering. Her head snapped up, confusion flashing across her face for just a moment before she covered it with a grin. "Oh my God, today?" "Yes, today," I replied, half laughing, half nervous. She kissed me on the cheek, sat down, and began scrolling through her phone again. "Thanks, babe. You always remember these things." Something in her tone felt dismissive, but I ignored it. I pulled the small gift box from my pocket and slid it across the table. "For you." Her eyes widened briefly before she opened it. "Wow, it's pretty," she said, but her voice lacked the warmth I expected. She put it back in the box almost as quickly as she had opened it. That's when I asked, "So, what do you want to do today? Dinner? Movie? I booked us a table at that Italian place you love." Emma hesitated, biting her lip. About that. I actually forgot. I promised the girls I'd go out tonight. We're doing this wine and karaoke thing. Can we celebrate tomorrow instead?" I froze. "You're going out, with your friends, on our anniversary?" She waved her hand dismissively. "It's not a big deal, right? I mean, we live together. We see each other every day. One night won't kill us." It wasn't just one night. It was the night. The one I'd spent weeks planning for. I forced a smile, though my chest tightened. "Sure. Tomorrow then." She kissed my cheek again, grabbed her purse, and within minutes she was out the door. I sat there alone, staring at the untouched pancakes and the gift box she'd left on the table. Something felt off, and I was right, because later that night, I saw something online that changed everything. I told myself not to overthink. Maybe Emma really did just want a night with her friends. Still, I couldn't shake the hollow feeling in my chest. So, I distracted myself by scrolling through social media. That's when it happened. On Instagram, one of Emma's friends had posted a story. It was a short video of their girls' night. The camera panned across the table, 2 of Emma's friends, a platter of appetizers, clinking wine glasses. And then, Emma, sitting next to a guy. Not just any guy. It was her coworker, Jason. The same Jason she'd once assured me was just a friend. He had his arm draped casually across the back of her chair. She was laughing, leaning into him, holding his wrists like it was the most natural thing in the world. My chest tightened. My hands shook. I replayed that story a dozen times, trying to convince myself it was nothing. But the body language said everything. She wasn't just out with the girls. I didn't text her. I didn't call her. Instead, I screenshotted the story, saved it, and let the anger simmer. When she came home past midnight, smelling of wine and perfume, she tried to tiptoe in quietly. "How was your girls' night?" I asked from the couch. She jumped, clutching her purse. "Oh, you scared me. It was fun, really fun. You didn't wait up, did you?" I stood, holding up my phone. "This looks fun. Especially the part where Jason had his arm around you." Her face went pale. You're stalking my friend's stories now?" She shot back defensively. "Don't flip this on me, Emma. You told me you forgot our anniversary because you had plans with the girls. But clearly, Jason was part of those plans too." She crossed her arms. "It's not what you think. He just showed up. It wasn't planned. Really? Because you looked pretty comfortable next to him. Comfortable enough to forget about me. The silence that followed was heavier than any argument we'd ever had. Finally, she sighed, dropping her purse on the counter. Look, maybe I don't see anniversaries the same way you do. Maybe I don't need all this pressure. Jason makes things easy. Fun. Not everything has to be so serious. And just like that, the truth spilled out. I realized in that moment that our relationship wasn't about anniversaries or forgotten dinners. It was about effort. About respect. About choosing each other, even when it wasn't convenient. And Emma? She'd already stopped choosing me. The next morning, I packed her bracelet, her untouched pancakes, and a handwritten note. Thanks for reminding me what matters. Don't worry about forgetting next year. I won't be around to remind you. When she came home from work later that day, her key didn't fit the lock. I'd already changed it. Her text came flooding in, confused, angry, pleading, but I didn't reply. Because the truth was simple. Sometimes the worst anniversary gift is realizing the person you love never valued the date. Or you, in the first place. And for me, that was the best gift of clarity I could have asked for.